Rahobat Yasar, Ranani Kawan, Nas'at Maa'at Akhet Atum Rayay. I'm a student teacher of the master teacher, His Excellency Dr. Malachi Zadak Kobina York, known to us spiritually as Baba Yananan. Today we have a lesson for the family and the tribe worldwide. This is a lesson about the origin of the Moors. It is a question and answer format from student to master, Yananan or Yanun. 1. Question. Are Wu-Nuwaup Moorish? Answer: yes, but not in the Islamic religion, nor as members of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who his followers claim Moorish today, with full respect to them as having free choice. 2. Question. Then why do Wu-Nuwaup males wear the Moorish Fez? Answer. Well, let me make this clear once and for all. It is always the same problem with all our people. They accept religious books they can't read in the original language, or they join religions under names in tongues they don't speak. They claim I'm a this or I'm a that. So let me set the record straight. We, Wu-Nuwaup, are unlike our brother Africans who helped the Indo-Europeans, Arabs with the East Coast African slave trade back into Arabia, then eastward as far as India. Many Africans who helped the Islamic Arab converted to the religion of Islamism or Al-Islam, Muhammadism. Upon converting, they accepted new titles such as Muslims or Lam, and even changed their family and tribal language names. Some names affected to the end or beginning with Arabic or Turkish titles. They even took their tongue, Bantu, and mixed it with Arabic to create Swahili, a new tongue for slavery. 3. Question. You're saying many Africans helped the Arabs to slave their own race? Answer. Yes. Arabs culture and even mix their seed with European female slaves or Slavic slaves to breed the mulatto. Mulatto, an Arabic word for one who is born, which is the real meaning. Yet mulattoes are called a person with a European Caucasoid parent and an African Negroid parent. Many of these were born by rape of African women, with the birth produced sub-races that are still in Africa today, ruling the north under new titles and names such as Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, and West Sahara. As you move south of them, you will find darker skin with non-nappy hair, who are called Ethiopian, Somalia, Sudan, Eritrea, Mauritania, and on down to black skin with nappy hair or mixed, as in Kenya, Uganda, and the very port of Arabs started all this from Tanzania, in its city called Zanzibar, which is why most Arab-speaking people call blacks Zinji or Zenji, or even they say Negroid. As you can see, it is from Zanzibar, that port giving the Arabs a new name of Africans, one that they could trust, called Sadiq al-Renouj. Doing my best to read the actual Arabic. By the time the trade with Europe started, the Arabs who called the Portuguese told the Portuguese that these Africans have converted to Islamism. It's like Christianity, so these Africans can be trusted. So they gave the trusted ones the name Morenos, Latin for dark brown, darky. Morenos is commonly mistaken for the word Moorish. The Africans that did not convert to Islamism and could not be trusted, and they gave the name Negroes, which is Latin and Greek for the word black, black skin, nigger, or Nigeria. Question: so you had two groups of Africans? Answer: no. That is not a fact. You had many, but the three that was most commonly known were: 1. Negroes, blacks, non-converts; 2. Morenos, darkies, converts; 3. Mulattoes, mistaken word for brown, mixed brown Islamic. Question: so is that where the term Moorish comes from? Answer: well, not completely. The Arabs took the term from the Egyptian hoe, a garden tool, a wooden handle, and a scoop-like blade or ancient axe, as you see in the hieroglyphic for the word marar, beloved. And there is a picture showing the Egyptian hoe, or that ancient gardening tool. Mur or mumrar. Mumrar, one who is loved. Why? Because they passed the test, the bitter test into AEO, the ancient Egyptian order, the mystery schools. Question: how did it become Arabic? Answer: well, as you notice, in Egypt today, most of the cities' names were changed to Arabic types, names, so that word also became Arabic and is a branch of Akkadian, which is a very new language. Muritat, one who passed the bitter test or decree, from maru, bitter, passing. So you see, the Arabs and the Greeks came to study in ancient Ptah, Mayay, Rayay, Egypt, and we called them Tammahu. They studied under us, took words such as Moor from Marar, and now use it. So you will think Nuwaup uses Arabic word, but in actual fact it is the other way around. 7. Question: what does this have to do with Islamism? Answer: well, the Africans who converted and helped the Arabs and Portuguese became known as Morenos, and many of them, upon being freed, left to study Islamism in a city in Morocco called Fas, Sfaas, which became Fez, a head cap worn by the student in red and by the master teachers in black. Female students could wear white with their veil. Ma'us, ma, marar, beloved, representing the letter, the sound ma, as you can see in the word tam-ma-re, or pata-maye reye. And there are diagrams, one showing taha, earth, our ancient hieroglyph, and also ma, which is the hoe symbol, the ancient axe, and the re, or rafim, which is the mouth symbol. Then you have, to the right, claimed place, and you have Sipat, or Mispat, which is a district. Ptah Maye Rayay, Egypt. A title for Egypt, and those who lived there were called Ho, a person. Excuse me, he just showed the diagram. They were called Mu, Rar, beloved ones. In the Patahite tongue called Nuwaupic, Na Patah Im, Genesis chapter 10, verse 13. Egypt, from Ludim, Aranim, Lahibub, Naftuhim. Question: so that is why Moors wear the red fez? Well, not completely. A fact: you see, most don't speak Arabic or dialects or none, so they make the mistake of mixing up the Turkish headdress called tarbush. It is much taller than a Moroccan fez or faz. The American converts to Islam under their prophet Noble Drew Ali a black Indian of the Cherokee tribe, appearing with a tarbush. The headpiece was mistakenly called a fez by the Masonic order of Arabic noble of the mystic shrines called the Shrines, who got it from the Turks, who became Freemason or Freemasonic. So the mix-up came back to America, and the tarbush became mistakenly the fez. Even the messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, wore one. So the converts, or Morenos, Moors, who accepted the Arab religion, called it Islamism, and wore a headdress that was given to Masonic Kakasnadu under the shrine title by the Turks of Turkey. It was a tarbush, as you see, much taller than the fez, but both have in blood color. As stated previously, the fez is from the Moroccan city of learning called Faz. An axe, hatchet, a tool was given to each new student, and he was sent out to chop down trees and till the soil for 3 years before actually being accepted as a student and given his red color fez or faz. So, by this 3rd year of labor, all knew this African was good or trusted, a convert to their religion, Islamism, and the prophet of Arabia. Question: so that is the story of the axe to cut down the cherry tree? Answer: yes, that is it. President George Washington was a 32nd degree Mason, and once asked, he could not tell a lie. He was taught by Moor, black Moor, the same for Abraham Lincoln and all U.S. presidents. Question: so you're saying, Baba Yadanan, that there are 2 words for Moorish persons? Answer: yes. Them and us. Those who converted to help slave trades, Moorish, Islamist, and the ancient Egyptian of AEO, sacred order as we were called, long before them. Once we passed the bitter test in our sacred school in Maa'at Akhet Rayay, we were called by the Arab students Muriyat, from Arabic, Marah, Marra, pass, passing, or Maru, Mariyun, the passing, from where the name Morocco comes from, the return of the Moors from Spain back to Africa by force. But in the Arabic-speaking world, it's not called Morocco, it's called Al-Maghribi, which means westward. They were pushed out by Christians and Jews forces. It was a very bitter time for the Muslims, or Muslimunos. Question: so is that why you used to call us Moors? Moors, as in our original constitution of June 26, 1993 AD? Answer: yes. That is the actual fact. Morocco was of our original lands, as well as Mali and Sudan and Ghana, and of course what is called America today, which were called the place of vacation, as we would sail or fly across to these parts and visit our ancestors who set it up. We call the north and south being 2 land masses, Atlantwi or Alalatwi. The Arabic-speaking Moors of Morocco called it Atlan, 2 vacation lands. From the Greek word Atlantis, and same meaning, the Latin people, Romans, Greek, and Arabs all studied together and exchanged Egyptian words in their tongue. Question: so America, north and south, was Atlantis? Answer: yes. That is the actual fact. And our students, the Freemasons, and the Order of the Arabic Shrine kept Egypt of the West as its name. On their shrine symbol, you will see the face of Hatshepsut, Maqita, Maa'at Akhet Rayay, Queen of Sheba. When used as a male Egyptian face, it is Amun-Amhat, born 1776 BC, not the same date as 1776 AD in America. So you will find all over America today cities that still have Egyptian names, done by the Freemasonic and shrine orders, as they know the hidden truth of this. Our land, before Europeans came to America, names such as Kentucky, which is King Tut City, Memphis, which is the same. Look on the map, you will find all the names. You have to look close in each state and city, and you will see Egyptian names. They have uncovered many Egyptian artifacts in America. Even the Grand Canyon has Egyptian hieroglyphics that they keep secret. Later, many names took on Indian tribes, named to hide or keep the secret of America, being called Egypt of the West, or Atlantis. There is much kept from the European Freemasons. We only gave them 3 degrees, EA, FC, and M&M. All others were later added as honorary, but originally EA, 10 degrees, FC, 11 degrees, Master Mason, 12 degrees, all equaling 33rd degrees. All this is symbolic, and I will not disclose to any other than those Wu-Nuwaup Freemasonic brothers, and of course all the 32nd degree brothers who have a choice to join the shrine 33rd degrees. Is something you are called to. Many are called Masonic, but few are chosen 33rd degrees. Question: so Wu-Nuwaup are also called Moorish, Moor? Answer: not just our nation as Wu-Nuwaup, but also our tribe as Yamasu, or we would just be an organization not having a nationality. We have our nationality in place on record. Question: and what is our nationality? Answer: the United Nuwaup Nation, a retained sovereign governance of indigenous persons, the Yamasee Native Americans, Creek, Seminole, Shoshone, Washita, mound builders called Moorish. We made our claim June 26, 1993 AD, according to the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, Article 8, 2.8, Article 8.2.6, Article 22, number 215, 1993 AD, and number 208, 1999 AD. We are not, as the English claim, Negro, blacks, colored, Africans, Afrikaans. In their tongue, Africa, from an Arab word meaning farraqa, which means to separate. We have our bloodline back to Ben York. All this is confirmed and on record. So yes, we are also a Moorish nation of people, but we are not of those who converted to Islamism by the Arabian Arabs, who in fact helped to enslave us Negro or Nagar-Nadu Negroids. Question: what of your headdress? Answer: well, let me first make this point. The top hat you see worn by lords in Europe, and even the European Jews, was a symbol that they were masters of their clans, also called the big hat, in the Freemasonic lodge worn by the Grand Master of the lodge while it is working. Question: I noticed a derby being worn by some Freemasonic Grand Masters. Why is that? Answer: this was done in Britain by one of the noble bloodlines, or an earl, a title from Old English meaning warrior, a British nobleman ranking above a viscount. Earldom: the viscount was a nobleman next below an earl or count and above a baron, and a baron was a member of the lowest rank of the British nobility, so the derby was smaller. Black Derby. So, you see, just as there is so as you see, just as there is the tall tarbush and the short fez, you also have the tall top hat and short derby, according to rank or degree. Note, bellboys also wear a short fez as servants in public service. So you see them world over in many cultures, and meaning that were lost in time, but now restored by our teachings of Wu-Nuwaup. So a Grand Master can wear a top hat or derby as long as the crown is covered in the lodge as a symbol of respect to the heaven above. Also, you will notice Muslims wear a pillbox, which is a fez they call taqiyat or kufi, and Jewish wore a yarmulke, also called a kuppah, kuppi, and kuppah. The F and the P is interchangeable, but they are the same for both children of Abraham or Ibrahim. Question. So in the Wu-Nuwaup lodge, do you wear top hats or derby? Answer. In our lodge and Al-Mahdi Shrine Temple and AEO, we wear the black tarbush, which was from Egyptian dashar and naamaz, and the short black headdress that were called fawz, and gold trim and unctwi, or Masonic emblem. We call it that because of its use in the Quran, chapter 45, verse 30. The word al-fa'uz, fawuz, fawaz, success, attainment. As you see again, the Arabs took an Egyptian word with the same meaning, and we wear it as a symbol of our success and attainment. In Wu-Nuwaup sound, right reasoning, in right knowledge. We used it long before the year 610 AD, the birth of the Arabs' religion, Islamism, and the year of the Prophet Ahmed bin Abdullah, 570 to 632 AD, whose name changed to Mustafa Muhammad al-Amin. His name was changed to hide the fact that Ben Abd Allah, meaning in Arabic, son of save of Allah, Abd Allah or Abdullah was his father name, who died on the same day of his birth in 570 AD, by his father being named Abdullah. It is showing the name for the deity Allah existed with his tribe, the Quraysh, meaning big fish, shark, before he got his holy book, the Quran. So his people of Islam are only worshiping the tribal god deity Allah. In fact, the name Allah was used before both their births and also found in the Jewish holy books of their prophets, such as the book of Daniel as Halla or Halla, Hilla, Illah, Allah, strong number 426. Allah, strong oak, Hebrew strong number 427. So you'll actually find the name in Hebrew, as Baba Yanun points out. Questions. Are you saying the name for God, Allah, came from the Jews? Answer. That is an actual fact. Many times in the Old Testament, for strongs or a strong oak tree, it is not unique to the Quran or the religion, Islamism. It's not the Arabs' God, only it is much older, used by pagans and Israelites. It has been recorded in many books that Allah is not originally Arabic, such as the foreign vocabulary of the Quran by author Jeffrey of 1938 AD. Question. What about those Moors who claim the word Moor means navigator? Answer. They don't really understand what that means. You see, they make the claim of being Moorish, of the Moors, which they claim is of the Islamic religion of Islamism. Some great Muslim, but use English for symbols of the word. This is not the original language of Islam or al-Islam. Islam, secure, safe, living in a peaceful environment. From the Hebrew tongue, shalom, secure, safe. Hebrew Strong, number 7965, 7999. Question: and how do they misuse it? Answer: well, I don't wish to say that they misuse in a bad way if they mistranslated it from safe and secure to peace, then to submission. But the non-Arabic speaking Islamists, now called Moorish Americans, use it in their own way. Islam, I, self, Lord, and Master. An acronym that would not hold the same meaning in Arabic. Question: so it's a misuse of the Islamic religious language? Answer: yes. That is the actual fact. And that leads me to inform you of another misuse that's being used, that the word Moor means navigator. Question: so Moor does not mean navigator? Answer: no. Not in the language of the Moor, which was Swahili or other dialects of African mixed with Arabic. So the language of Al-Islam or Islamism was and is Arabic of Arabia, which the religion was born in the year 610 AD. And in that same language, you will find the word navigator as safir, or traveling, traveler. From the word travel in the Arabic dictionary called Elia Pocket Dictionary English Arabic by Elias A. Elias and Ed E. Elias, page 251. On the English side of the book, you will also see Malahu or Malahun, navigator, and Bihar, navigator. But you will not see the word Moor. And navigate is from the Latin word navis, meaning ship, or the main port of Christian church. That is not a mosque, masjid of Islamism. So the secret meaning is the very first word, safir, traveler. Found on page 378 of the very same book, musafir, one who is a traveler, a Masonic term taken from Moors who traveled to the 7 cities to learn the wisdom of Islamism. And 1, astronomy. 2, mathematics. 3, language. 4, music. 5, geometry. 6, science. And 7, chemistry. These were the 7 studies that all Moors had to master, and they had to travel to 7 cities to learn them, called the 7 seas, as water is knowledge and secret knowledge. 1, Cairo in Egypt. 2, Fez in Morocco. 3, Timbuktu in Mali. 4, Cordoba in Spain. 5, Istanbul in Turkey. 6, Damascus in Syria. 7, Baghdad in Iraq. They had to cross the burning sands on camel and foot to reach these seats of learning and the 7 studies to attain mastership. Mastership. As a traveling man, a free man, to even sail the 7 seas. Question: so that is the meaning, Moors as navigators? Answer: yes, that is the actual fact of the matter. Travelers in their travels, the name took all of changes from Morenos to Moor, Moor, Mar, and Moor. Europeans added it to their titles or names such as Morehouse, Martin, Marion, and shortened it to Mark or Mick, Mac, as used by the Celts, or Cacasnadu. All you have to do is ask any Spanish-speaking person for the difference between a Negro and Morenos person. You will hear Morenos is good, dark person, but a Negro is not good, can't be trusted. And they teach their women never to marry a Negro man. Don't believe me? Check it out. Question: so there's much misinformation out there about Moors, Fezes, and Islamism? Answer: well, if one makes the claim, I'm of Islamism, an Arabic word or Muslim from Muslim, another Arabic word, they should first learn the original language of that culture or religion or way of life, which everybody knows is Arabic of the Quran, the holy book of Al-Islam. Their first order was to Iqra, which means to read. If they don't study Arabic, then they can't truly read or understand their holy books of Arabic, and Arabic is not an ancient language. Al-Quran, the reading. So they must learn the language of the preferred way of life. If they did, they would also see it's the same Arabic dictionary on page 245 under the word Moor, Mariqashi. Another place in Northeast Africa, Morocco, called Marrakesh. So in the Arabic-speaking world, they don't have a word for that form of meaning, Moor. It is Portuguese, from Latin, of Rome in Europe. It does not mean navigator, and most mistaken the Turkish Tarbush for the Moroccan Fez, one of the 7 schools of Islamic studies that the blacks who converted was allowed to study at. They had to stay and study for 7 years at each school. That is 7 times 7 equals 49 years, and 3 years of apprenticeship. That equals to 52. 52 years, so that is much misinformation and circulating by those who really wish to know, but just don't take the time out to read. Study in Arabic, travel, sit, and really learn as they spread opinions, not actual facts. They use words passed on to them by those who also did not speak the language of their holy books and the religion of Abraham or Abrahamism. They never ever heard of Ibrahim, son of Tirhu, the oracle priest or wazir in Napur, Ur, and Lebanon's Haran called Tirra in the Bible, and Azar in the Quran. That would be the father of Abraham or Ibrahim. Question: so Nuwaup are Moors? Answer: yes. That is the actual fact. Yet from what I just disclosed to you here, you should have as much better understanding of how we used it and meant it in ancient times. Ancient Egyptian of Tamaray in our orders, the ancient Egyptian order, or AEO, as Yamas'u, Yamasi, Native Americans. Question. One more question, please, Yanun. So that is why you rejected using it in your teachings after May 8, 2002 AD? Answer. Good question. Now look at the nature of the fake charges they set out around me. I did not wish for that to be associated with all the others who claim to be Moorish. It would not be right. Even during my trial, I wore my tarbush called Fez in court. They could not stop that because they knew who I really was. After a while of their lies, I saw their plot. So, not to stain the good Moorish brothers and sisters, I stopped using the word Moor. So I took off the tarbush for the rest of the trial. That is why. Question. What about all the others that gave the title Moorish a bad name? Answer. I have come to see, hear, and know that our race of people love to sing, dance, and mostly talk. They will read a letter from this or that, hear this or that, and just get up and start to talk to whomever will listen. The first thing you notice is crazy people do the same, just talk. So I notice when some of our brothers got a little knowledge about things they don't really understand, they just start talking. Once they see that they can get some money from it, they are up and off to talking about things they have not mastered, like the Bible, but not in Hebrew or Greek, or the Quran, but not in Arabic. They speak about Freemasons, but never really entered a legally operating lodge, or about shrine in them, and never was a shriner. They will try to explain the symbols or secret words used, while they don't have a clue of the hidden meanings. You have others who read books, Bakakasnadus, Caucasoids, about Egypt, that don't know the truth or the secret meaning of the ancient hieroglyphics or true stories of our ancestors. They take titles, dress up, get up, and start talking about things or places they never experienced for themselves. Only what they don't know, but some will listen but never ask the most important questions, as seen you have done here. Question: but is what they are doing wrong? Answer: only to their own souls and those who listen to think they know or care about truth over the few dollars they make from our poor people of our race. So in that respect, it is more sad than wrong. Blind leading the blind. Why does that work so well? Because they listen well but don't see the actual facts for themselves. Blind leading the blind. Faith and beliefs, and often most always wanting to be upfront or a star in some way, never making it, so they find a new way to be upfront, just talking, even if they don't know the facts, just like some who sing but don't take the time to really learn music. The Caucasoids will pay them and give them public's eyes. He knows they don't have the actual facts, or they would kill or imprison them. Question: so is that why they tried to kill you so many times and finally set a plot to imprison you? Answer: yes, that is the actual fact. They watched me over the year from 1970 AD, my travels to each of the 7 cities to study, also to Sudan and Mecca and Arabia, as well as Jerusalem. They knew I was 33-degree Freemason, as well as a Shriner, and could speak and translate the ancient and new languages. Then they saw I was a descendant of Ben York and a real full-blooded Native American on record with blood ties to Ghana, Africa, and Sudan. This frightened them, so they feared the rise of a savior amongst our people, the real lost tribe of Yamasi, Yamasu, natives, and our own land, Eagle Rock Mound, related to my name, Black Eagle. They felt I was getting much too powerful and respected by the black leadership, political in Georgia, and by other black leaders who came to the land, even Tibetan monks, all the way from Tibet to sit with me. Question: so they had to stop you? Answer: yes, that is the actual fact. They knew it was just a matter of time before I started to teach what I came to teach, and that our people would wake from the spell of sleep. They studied the holy tablets and said, "This is the one. We must stop him at any cost." So they imprisoned me. Question: why don't they imprison other black leaders? Answer: because they see the effect they don't have on our people. How they talk but don't really know, or don't say anything new, can't speak the tongue, did not have the travels experience, so they're not the one. Question: so you're the one? Answer: I say, read, study, check Wu-Nuwaup, and you watch and feel the effect it will have on your mental and physical being. Question: who do you claim to be? Answer: I don't claim to be. And that concludes tonight's study. All right, family. I would like to thank everyone for coming up this shadow to listen to this Outformation given to us by way of Baba Yananan. I ask the tribe and the family worldwide to keep the love and unity spreading, that we may have a powerful effect on freeing our master teacher, Baba Yanan, or Yananan. He's been teaching for over 50 years, and as we know, he has been imprisoned in the worst conditions in America. It is only by way of our love and unity and our strive to free him that he will be free. Stay tuned for all legal updates as well as language updates and Outformation. Tawhat Yasar. Wadu.